Like we saw yesterday, had a massive upside, a quick wick all the way to 42,000 plus, but we failed to close above that zones. That was very important for us to close above these zones, because if we don't, this is what comes in the market. The FUD comes back, the market starts dumping, and the main player behind that has to be USDT. We've been clearly seeing USDT's dominance over the last few days has been pretty up and down, up and down. Now we are also getting range bound here. So let's just draw the range for ourselves to make things easier. You can clearly see we dumped to these levels, and we have been stuck in this range for past some time now. We started getting into this range all the way on 11th April. So for the last 10 days, we've just been in this range between 4.70 and 4.25%. So that's very important for us to see. If we do break above now, we have a chance that we will break above this zone, but ideally we would want USDT to come back, break below 3.69%, because that's where we know that a bull market is coming right away. Overall, we did see that big upside, but market did dump after that. So let's aim into some details for today. The first thing we're going to get into is news, because news is the one that brought the markets down yesterday. Fed Chair Powell came and talked some negative hawkish words, and that brought the market straight away down. Probably not going back to old pre-pandemic economy. That's the first thing he said. Fed Chair Powell is clear that globalization has slowed down, may go into reverse. Less globalization could mean higher inflation and lower productivity. Next up, Ms. Yellen says US supply chains are not secure, not resilient, and that's what I've been telling you guys for the past few times. If you are in a supply chain related business, you can clearly see there's a lot of disruptions right now in the global markets all around the world, and that is resulting into inflation, higher cost. Everything is getting out of hand right now, and we're very close to similar numbers that we have seen in the past, especially in the last recession we had in 2009 to 2010, though that recession statistics are clearly matching up right now. Fed can't fix supply side problems. Many at the Fed thought it would be appropriate for one or more 50 BPS hikes. It is appropriate to be moving more quickly. Then our goal is a soft landing, and we can clearly see in the GIF that there will be no soft landing. So if you are prepared for all of this, you must be very cautious, because anything can happen. Every time we remember now clearly, when Fed says something, then always the negative and the hawkish side takes place, and that results in the market having a very strong pullback. Next up, we were discussing about MetaShooter. MetaShooter had massive upside all the way from about 17 cents, went all the way up to 35 cents, had a very good upside. MetaShooter, if you got into this coin, I'm sure you would have enjoyed some massive gains here as well. Today also is up about just 1% right now, but the other day, yesterday, went all the way up to 500, 600%. That was a massive upside on our newly started coin, and also startup if you are a VIP member. So all you have to do is click in the link given in the description below, join gate.io with my referral code or my referral link. That's gonna help you get some rewards and airdrops. So whatever amount you're gonna be depositing, you're gonna get 50 to 40% back in rewards and airdrops, and that will bring you closer and closer to becoming a startup member, because you need to be VIP 1 at least to participate in startups. If you aren't in startups, the backup option for you is always to wait for those coins to becoming newly listed, and then you can aim into them and go for those big gains that everybody is always talking about, especially myself. So in the newly listed for today, we're gonna be having PLATOFARM, Kaizen Finance. Kaizen Finance is very popular, so I'm sure you would have heard about that somewhere else as well. So if you want to get into Bluetooth, it's the time for you to shine. Almost got about 3 hours to go, and Kaizen Finance is going to be in 4 days. We gave you Gamemium a few weeks back on our channel, still doing pretty well. So there's still a lot of coins that are coming on newly listed that do have an upside, then they have correction, and they carry on to have good upsides in the future as well. So overall, it looks very good. And obviously, if you want to ape in, it's your own choice and your financial decision as well. Next up, let's get into our big data. So the big data shows us that we are on fear levels of 26. Yesterday we were at 27, and things are beginning to get a lot more bearish right now after seeing that big upside yesterday. Liquidation data looks okay, contract positions look okay, though we have less money right on the market because the weekend has already started. Block orders also certainly look good. We want to see the long and short ratio in block orders. We are about 50% long in about 24 hours, and quite even Steven 50-50 in 1 hour. now we're going to see long and short ratio in global data. We are about 52.43% long in 24 hours and about 54 to 45% in 1 hour. So that's okay, not big difference. Next up, we get into popular coins. Market sentiments are pretty neutral right now. Funding rates are positive, especially on BTC and ETH, and that's what we usually like to watch out for. So that is very good right now. Next up, we're going to be getting into the startup. So PLATOFARM is going to be coming out very soon. It's going to be starting anytime from now. It's already finished its placed order and in progress. So just 3 hours to go. You can get into that one if you want to be a VIP member. I'm sure you would have already got. If you aren't, then you have to wait for it to come out when you list it. Just a few hours to go, about 3 hours. Then it's going to be your chance to shine. Then we have Kaizen Finance, and Kaizen Finance is a token lifecycle management platform for token creation and management boosting. So this is going to be a utility token which is going to help other tokens. It's a platform. It's very popular. It's going to be starting in 2 days. Right now it's in preheat, so if you want to get it, it's up to you. Overall, we've had plenty of action last week, so I do hope you guys would have made those big gains that I always like to talk about. Crypto bubbles look pretty much red. All the gains that we had gained in the last week, and specifically yesterday on the upside, have just faded away. We're back into the levels we were when the week started, and now we are going to be in the weekend. You do know that weekends are pretty much upside, downside, just pretty sideways, and we can't pretty much call any shorts right now. Overall market does look kind of bearish, just been trading in the range, and we just have to be pretty cautious about that one. Now if you want to see our daily higher high, higher low price structure chart of BTC, we did wick come below, but we're still in a very good uptrend right now. So things are okay here overall, but we can expect because the line is also now getting higher and higher, we can expect things to get pretty different from here. We have to be very cautious and very careful around these lines, because if we do them below, then we can become certainly very bearish and we can break down. Similar price channel is also working out on ETH, but ETH is very far away right now, so that is something that's keeping my heart pretty cool, because it's pretty far, because the line is pretty far compared to BTC. BTC also has massive selling volume candle as well, so that is something to watch out. That we saw yesterday, as soon as we hit the zones of about 43, and straight away we began to dump, and today we've been just dumping right now, not much actions. Also options expiry time, bears do certainly look like they are in control right now of the markets, so we have to be very watchful about that. We don't want to have a situation where we feel like that the market is going to give us some trades and then we fail to get those trades. Now we see the big charts about 40,100 right now, 29977. For myself, I'm going to be putting orders at 2850, 2750, $100 below on every 50. DCA spots about 25% you can count it as that also. Basically it's going to be 0.25 ETH, 0.25 ETH. So if I do get a chance to accumulate 1 ETH in these ranges, it would be a very good idea, and I think you should do too. Right now, because the market is in pullback, it's better to stay in spot orders than going into future trading, because you don't want to have that big liquidation candles coming in and making you liquid either, even if you're short or you're long, because they're going to be definitely having some kind of squeeze coming very soon. We can see some upside coming on Matic right now, overall about 4%. Overall, we've seen that the market has just been trading in the range, not much action going, and going towards into the weekends. I've told you guys several times on this channel that we do lose a lot of momentum on the weekends. We rarely have big upsides on the weekend. If we do, then we have the opposite on the weekdays. Overall, we can see a lot of the markets right now in pullback, even gold, silver, US oil, UK oil, natural gas, stocks. In stocks, we're only seeing Tesla having that big upside. Tesla recorded massive profits. So, and also related to the bid that he's made on Twitter, Elon Musk, and a lot of factors that market is overall very bullish about Tesla. So overall, we can see that the market isn't really offering anything right now for us to aim into and be like, okay, I want to get into the trade. Because if there are no trades available, there's no point getting into a trade. So I did give you guys this zone to get into it, but then we clearly had a bearish divergence, and then we did break below. Right now we are forming some kind of a bullish divergence, but it's okay. It's not as clear, because usually hidden divergence is not as strong as a regular divergence. That's what I've seen in my experience. So I don't really think this bullish divergence is going to play out right now. maybe later in the day when the West wakes up. But overall, right now we are pretty sideways back into this range. Been just trading in this range since 11 April, and I showed you guys that USDT has also been trading in that range since 11 April. That's the reason we have an inverse relationship always going out with USDT. Now, if we come to ETH, similar pattern, similar structure. We had a bearish divergence. We had a bearish divergence. Now we are forming some kind of bullish divergence because this point, for example, this point and this point is not same. So this one is going down while this one is going up. So there's gonna be difference right now, but obviously again we have to wait for this divergence to play out. Certainly need big volume first to come into the market to have that big divergence playing out. We don't have that kind of volume, then definitely there can't be much action coming. That is just gonna be practically impossible. Also, we discussed that April might be a massive upside rally month, but it has completely failed to do so. Pullback we had overall in April is even worse than the previous data. It's the last time in 2014 we had over 1%, in 2015 it was about 3%, and in 2021 it was about 1% to 2%. But this April we are down up to 11, about nearly 12%. So that is something to really be careful about. We've been following similar patterns right now, but here things are actually changing. So May is going to be very interesting. We're just about a week away from ending this month, so I can't expect big upside to be coming. If massive upside also come 10%, means about $4,000 to $5,000. So if $4,000 or $5,000 we add on to today's price, we're going to be in the 44k, we're going to be in 45k ranges for BTC. So not much upside that we can expect to make this neutral or even bring it down to 1 to 2% levels. So we have to really watch out for that, and hopefully still expect that the last week of April might just bring us that massive gains that we thought that April is going to be bringing us, because it tends to be a very strong Bitcoin month. So that's all for today's video, guys. I'm going to be seeing you again tomorrow for an NFT video, especially discussing Coinbase and Gate.io NFTs. So take care, guys. Smash the like button, share your thoughts in the comment section, subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.